UK's own Emil Walker, he does it. He gets his Olympia qualification. I've been supporting this guy all through his season. He's been so close so many times, and it's great to see him take that first place at the Sheru Classic this weekend in France, beating some top level competitors, getting that Olympia qualification. This week we're also going to be talking about the Daytona Pro. Kyron Holden just coming out of absolutely nowhere and cleaning up. By the looks of things, it was pretty much a last minute decision. He was supposed to be doing Classic, decided to go for men's physique and wins the whole thing. First show, boom, straight through to the Olympia. It looks like he's also going to be doing the Legion now as well in the men's physique, so potentially going to be doing men's physique in the Olympia as well. So very, very excited for that. I've always been a big fan of Kyron Holden's look. Big and muscular, which is the reason why he was going to transfer to Classic. Looks like he's got another year in him at men's physique. Here in the UK, we had 3 big shows this weekend. We had a 2-bro show with the raistrik Rumble, which is the busiest regional of the year because it's the last one before the British finals. We also had a PCA show, which was a really, really stacked lineup as well. And we had the UKUP show as well, which I was actually judging at. I had a couple of clients there, and that was a great show to watch as well and judge, because the prize of that one for the pro show basically gets an all expenses paid trip to compete in Spain, which you can get a lot of cash prize money there. So yeah, that was a really, really cool show as well. So we're going to go over all of that, and finally we've got the Legion Sports Festival next weekend, and Legion, it is looking like an absolutely stacked show. We've got the lineup been released, so we're going to do our predictions on the top 5 as that. Guys, welcome back to the channel. I had a week off last week and I'm excited to get back to it. We're getting closer and closer to the Olympia. We're also getting very close to the British finals in 2 of the biggest bodybuilding federations within the UK, PCA and 2-bros. We're only 2 weeks out, well, a week and a half week out from it now. This season is at its peak now. This is when it's most exciting. So if you love men's physique, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and let's get stuck into this week's episode. So the Sheru Classic over in France. Like I said in the intro, Emil Walker gets his Olympia qualification. Now he's been fighting for this for a while now. Like I said, he's placed top 3 many, many times. He's been very, very close, and I absolutely love this when a competitor just doesn't give up. He just keeps going, knows what he wants, knows what he's worth, and knows what his standard is, and keeps going until he gets what he wants. And Emil Walker managed to do it this weekend, securing his Olympia invitation. Had a little chat with him online. I was actually trying to persuade him to do Legion. I don't think he's going to go for it. But yeah, so we will be seeing him next at the Olympia. But like I said, he beat some top level competitors in the show. It wasn't an easy lineup. So in second place, we had Alessandra Cavagnola, and we also had a couple of other really top level guys. One of them, which is in 5th place, was Furkan. So Furkan's always had a lot of hype behind him, especially on Instagram. He's a big dude, very round and bubbly, but his placings never seem to translate on stage. He never seems to really be in the mix in top 2, top 3 spots. And it is surprising because he does have a really, really good physique. So I'm not sure what the judges' feedback for him is. I know in previous seasons, I think last year, he was told he was a little bit too big. He isn't as big this year, so I don't know if the feedback is the same, and that's the reason why he's not placing, but to me, he has a very, very impressive physique. Looking at him in the top 6 lineup here, I mean, from the front, he hangs with the best of them for sure. Alessandro is actually very, very impressive from the front, but when you turn around to the back, this is where I think Furkan is letting himself down just a little bit, just with the back width and also the back density. Emil Walker's condition is really, really showing through in the back shot. As you can see, by vascularity, going through those rhomboids is very, very impressive. You don't see that often. And I know he's been digging really, really deep this previous couple of weeks to bring in that extra condition. He has leveled up show to show. And I do believe that is what's secured him in his first place. If he turned up to this show with his first show shape, essentially, in his first show package, I don't think it would have got him in the first place. So again, it's just a testament to his hard work and that don't quit mindset. It pays off. So yeah, any guys out there that have competed this year, didn't quite get the placing that they wanted, don't give up. Don't give up. Push on harder. Know your worth. Know if you know you can bring more and bring better, just keep getting after it, okay? And it does pay off in Emil's case here. So congratulations to Emil. Looking forward to seeing you at Olympia in around 29 days time. It is very, very close now. Next up, the Daytona Pro. Now this was an extremely exciting show because the lineup is like crazy good. Obviously we had Tyler Smith from the UK going now. I was expecting to see him in the top 5. He just slipped out. I believe he got 7th place here. We had obviously Joshua Gedry turning up, and he's obviously been doing very, very well this season, and he's in 6th place. So that goes to show how high this standard of this show is. We obviously had Clarence McSpadden Jr. getting 2nd place, and he was extremely impressive from the front, as he always is. It's when he turns around to the back that he loses out on some placings, or loses out on some points, should I say. Because I actually believe from the front, Clarence actually hangs with Kyron quite well, despite the size difference. Like, Clarence just has a really well put together physique from the front, but when they turn around to the back, just Kyron just blows him away, just with the pure size of the guy. He's just absolutely massive. And from the front, to be fair, he's got just incredible density through the chest. So, what happened? What made him decide to go for men's physique? So I've done a little bit of digging. It looks like him and his coach decided that they just wanted another year to grow the legs a little bit more. They were going to do Classic in the Legion. That was going to be his Classic debut. They decided to just enter men's physique pretty much last minute at this Daytona Pro and cleaned up. So from that decision, it looks like they've decided to stay in men's physique for another year. And I do believe this will be his last year in men's physique. The reason being is obviously the weight cap that's coming in straight after the Olympia. So it kind of makes sense to do one more season. He's a guy that always places like pretty much top 5 in the Olympia year after year. I believe the decision to go to Classic was based upon last year's placing, where he slipped 1 place and he was told he was getting quite big. So that's why he decided to go for Classic. So coming back to men's physique this year, how do we think he's going to do in men's physique in the Olympia? I am very intrigued by that. Let me know your predictions below. Do you think Kyron is going to be top 5? I personally think he will be top 5. Will he be top 3? Will he be in the mix? That is going to be very, very interesting. And I think we have our answer from the Legion. If he's put next to Aaron, which I think he will be put next to Aaron Banks, and he looks very good and very competitive and pushes Aaron Banks, that could really shake things up for the Olympia. That could potentially make the judges think, hold on a minute, this guy looks very good. Maybe this could be the new standard. Maybe he will push Brandon Hendrickson out. You know, because at the moment, Brandon Hendrickson is probably in the favourite for 2nd place. Can Kyron potentially push him out? I'm very, very intrigued to see how Legion is going to go. And it definitely has made things very exciting, Kyron coming back to men's physique. So, moving back to the UK now, we had 3 big shows. First of which was the raistrik Rumble for 2 Bros. Now, like I said in the intro, this is the biggest show of the year because it's 2 weeks out from the British finals, essentially. I did this one last year, and me and Georgia both did it, and we were in the building at 9 AM. We didn't leave the building until 11 PM. That's how busy the show was. And this was no different, absolutely stacked. So everyone in the overall lineup is a top level competitor at this show. So I have the overall lineup in true 2 Bros fashion. Despite being the biggest bodybuilding federation pretty much in the UK, we've got a Nokia 3310 picture quality. It's absolutely terrible. But moving from left to right, unfortunately I don't know the chap on the far left, so I do apologise. Next to him we have Daniel Ailey, then we have Ben Bray, then we have a chap called Mosley, then we have Dylan Selden, and then again, apologies to the person on the right, I don't actually know who that is. But yeah, all top level competitors from what I can see for sure. I've competed against Daniel Ailey a couple of times last year, and it was good to see him actually win this whole show. He won the overall, which is good to see because I actually covered him in an episode a couple of weeks ago where he just came 2nd place in a PCA regional. So to take the overall at this show after that is very, very impressive. So it looks like he's come in a lot leaner. He's dug really hard, and condition wins shows, guys. Like I said, I've competed against Daniel a few times and he never was quite crispy enough. And that's why I think sometimes he did get beaten. This time he brought the condition and it really, really showcased his physique very well. He's got a very strong back shot. Again, you can't tell great from this picture quality, but his back still stands out amongst all of them here. I know for a fact Ben Bray has a very, very good back, and obviously Daniel still stands out next to his really nicely. So yeah, very impressive win and well-deserved victory for Daniel. Next up, we had UKUP. So UK Ultimate Physique, this was their British finals. And as I said, I was judging at the show, so it was really, really cool to see. We went through the whole day. So we had the amateur show first of all, then we had the pro show in the evening, and the pro show was really, really good standard actually. We had a lot of top level competitors turn up, and that's because they give away a pretty good prize, which is basically an all expenses paid trip to Spain to compete in the WABA, where they give out cash prizes. So it's quite a cool experience, and that's in November. So in the Open Pro category, first of all, we had 3 top guys mainly in it. So we had Chris Coles, who we've covered on the channels a couple of times. He's taken lots of wins throughout the season. We had my client, Sean Bailey, who did extremely, extremely well, leveled up massively from last year. And then we had Josh Ortiz now, and Josh Ortiz is a bit of a phenomenon really. He's a natural lifter, just has incredible shape. I was talking to him backstage, he actually only has a 26-inch waist, just really round and bubbly, and for a natural lifter it's very, very impressive how much muscle density that he has in the right areas. So his arms, his chest, his delts, very, very impressive. He actually won the PCA Pro show British finals last year, so he is very, very good standard. So it was no surprise to me that he did take the win here today. But I wanted to give a shout out to Chris Coles and Sean Bailey as well, because they both brought incredible packages to the stage and definitely didn't look out of place next to Josh. So it went through to the overall. Now with UK Ultimate Physiques, it was actually, they have two men's physique categories. They have the open, and then they have what they call men's physique athletic. Men's physique athletic is basically just a bigger version of men's physique. It's not in context to other federations. So if you put them on a two-bro stage, you know, it would be a top level competitor in two bros. They consider that men's physique, right? So just with UKUP, they like generally the smaller guys in the open. More muscular guys will go into the athletics. So in the overall, it was between Josh Ortiz and also Harry. So Harry is a very good competitor. I actually really, really liked his look. Very impressive guy. So he doesn't post much on Instagram. This is a post from him 5 weeks ago at 97 kilos. I spoke to him before stage, and he was actually on stage at around 94 kilos with very good condition as well. So yeah, very impressive. And like I said, it was back and forth between those two. I think he'll do much better in the NPC IFBB circuit, going for that IFBB Pro card potentially next year. I wanted to give him a shout out because he really did look impressive on that stage. But yeah, once again, congratulations to Josh Ortiz. He's just getting started the season. He won his Texas tickets last week at NFM. He's won the UKUP Pro show this week. And I imagine he's going to be going for the PCA British Finals Pro show in 2 weeks' time as well. So it'd be good to see him go for that. Will he get free for free? That would be very, very interesting to see. As I said, he's got to retain his title. He got it last year. And for a natural, again, it's just very, very impressive how many athletes he's beating just with his pure structure, his hard work, his work ethic, and of course his genetics. So very, very impressive. So awesome work to Josh Ortiz. And lastly, for the UK shows, we had a PCA regional, which was a very, very busy regional. And basically we had a pretty set lineup. Unfortunately, for some reason, they usually put up a reel of the overalls of each class battling out for the sword, but they don't have that. So what I'll do today is I'll just put the individual eye walk of each winner next to each other, and then see if you can decide. Put in the comment section below who you would have winning before I say who actually took the sword. So that'll be an interesting experiment to see if you guys can guess it, if you don't already know who won the sword at PCA this weekend. Before I do that, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my client Damien, who did absolutely incredible at this show as well. Again, you know, we're just 2 weeks out from the British final, so a lot of top level guys are going for these shows, and he managed to bag a second place in the Masters category. Very, very close to getting that first as well. So awesome work to Damien, absolutely smashed it, mate. So these are all the class winners. So sorry if I pronounce any of these names wrong. Obviously we had the junior winner. We had the junior winner first of all, Jack Hattersley on the left here. We've spoken about Jack a few times. He's won quite a few shows this year, mainly in FitX. He's won a couple of overalls, so awesome work from him. Good to see him getting in the mix in a PCA show, because he's a natural lifter and this is an untested show. Then we had the short class winner, which was Josh Croggan. Again, he's a natural lifter, and the natural guys just bring insane condition and really, really getting in the mix there and showing what you can achieve naturally as a bodybuilder. So very impressive. We had those two guys doing really well, and then obviously Josh Ortiz. This week is all about natural bodybuilders, clearly. We had the Masters winner. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I actually met this guy last week. I competed with him at NFM. He's such a nice guy. Pankaj Singh, that's how I'm going to pronounce it. I'm probably way off, so I'm really sorry. But yeah, we have him. And then we have the tall class winner, Chris Rendell. So yeah, these are all the guys, as I said, put them right next to each other. You let me know, comment below, who do you think should have the sword? Who do you think is the first place winner? I'll give you a few more seconds to decide that one. We are in the back waiting for the announcement. So yeah, it's PCA Yorkshire. Who's gonna be the winner? I hope you've typed it below. Jack Hattersley, the junior natural, took the win, which is absolutely awesome. Now, like I said, I've spoken about him before. He brings very, very good condition, especially from the back. Condition wins shows, right? So just like I said at the start of the video, so just like Emil Walker, you know, fighting extra hard to get that condition for his Olympia qualification, Jack Hattersley brings condition and it secured him an overall win. Congratulations to him, that's a big, big win. So it's going to be interesting to see if he does the PCA finals now. So to finish up the video, I wanted to talk about Legion because this is coming up this weekend. Now this is going to be a huge show. I've been looking forward to this one for a while. First of all, because obviously Aaron Banks is doing it, our reigning Mr. Olympia. There's a big cash prize, so it is bringing in some top names. And I'm going to give my top 5 prediction, but I also want to hear what your top 5 prediction as well. See if we're all sort of in agreement here. Now, I'm going to do it in order as well. I'm going to do it in order. So in first place, I'm going to have Aaron Banks as the winner. Of course, Aaron Banks is going to win. Second place, I'm going to have Kyron Holden. I'm going to put him in second for sure. I just think his size and his fullness is just going to be so hard for the others to compete with. Yes, again, like I said, you know, they don't always reward that, but he just still has that men's physique shape. And I think it's going to be too much for the other guys. So I'm going to have him as second place. Third place, I'm going to have Andre Ferguson, the OG of men's physique. He's won so many pro shows. He's definitely going to be in the mix. He's looking absolutely awesome. So yeah, Andre Ferguson in third place. I'm going to have Ruben Glass as fourth place. And then I'm going to put, because I support him so much, UK's own Tyler Smith as fifth place. I want him to get in that top 5, which would be a really big win for him. I'm loving the fact that he's going for this show. You know, his whole season is about getting out there, putting his name out there, getting his face amongst the best in the world. And this will be great for him to stand on this stage, you know, next to the top guys, next to Kyron Holden, next to Aaron Banks, next to Andre Ferguson. So it'll be really good for him to get up there with him, but also to see, you know, him in that matchup. So like I said, I'm very excited for this show. The cash prize is absolutely crazy. Really, really big cash prize. I believe Alpha Elite is sponsoring the show. So it's great to see Christian Guzman obviously supporting the industry and really putting some good cash prizes in the mix. So that's my prediction. So let me know what your prediction is below. Is it the same? Or have you got someone else in the top 3? How would you order them as well? I'm interested to know what everyone else is saying. So that concludes this week's video, guys. So once again, thank you for watching. And once again, thank you for all the support that I'm getting. All the shows that I go to, I'm pretty much at a show every single weekend within the UK. And it's really, really cool to hear like people coming up to me saying that they watch the channel. Like it's really quite strange. So yeah, I absolutely love it though. So do support the channel by giving it a thumbs up, commenting, subscribing. I will not stop this. The only reason I had a break last week is because I had 6 competitors on stage and I was off the back of competing myself. So I just needed to focus on them. But this weekend, I've only got 2 competitors on stage. I'm fresh because I didn't compete last week. So I'm able to get back to it. And from now on, yeah, I'll be back to the weekly updates all the way until the Olympia. So very, very excited to cover all of that, cover the British finals that are coming up in 2 Bros and PCA. It is, like I said, really, really the exciting part of the season. So thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you in next week's episode.